Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to your altcoins update, your alt season update, whatever you want to call it. But we'll talk about altcoins, right? We'll talk about altcoins, what to expect from them. Can we still expect altcoin surging? Because this week has been pretty good, has been pretty productive. Especially if you take a look at Bitcoin right here, which has broken out with quite a lot of volume, and it looks well, likely is hard to say, but it at least looks like we have a real chance to go for all-time highs. But then if you take a look at others and you compare the price action of today, for example, to the price action of last week, Monday, we're trading significantly lower. All right, so then the big question is, and that's also reflected, by the way, in the Bitcoin dominance, which since then, since last week Wednesday has been surging again. So then the big question comes up: well, can we actually still expect altcoins to rally? Can we still expect Ethereum to rally, for example, which is also still pretty capped by the range that it's in, by the balance that it's in? Or is Bitcoin just going to go, and when Bitcoin finds an all-time high, due to the high Bitcoin dominance, are altcoins going to suffer even more, right? Because if the Bitcoin dominance stays high like this, and Bitcoin is going to pull back like it's doing right now, that's obviously bad news for altcoins. And that's also what we're seeing this morning already. I have some thoughts on that. First of all, I'm still bullish on altcoins, all right? I think we are still going to get at least one more move up. How big that move is, look, that's difficult to say, all right? That depends a lot on the fundamentals. That depends a lot on the reaction that altcoins will get at my preferred support level, which is this level right here, still between 250 and $240 billion, right? So that is for others, which you can find on TradingView if you just type in this. And that's, for those of you who don't know, is the crypto total market cap excluding the top 10. So that's very much a great indication of altcoins. And what you can see right here, first of all, structurally, is that we are in an uptrend, all right? Or at least at the start of an uptrend. The trend band is rallying up right here. We've broken above the 200 EMA. We have a trend line. Look, trend lines are a bit of a meme, all right? Don't pay too much attention to that. But in this case, I do think that matters. And we still have some major support down here at 240, right? So as long as this uptrend, which I am going to call it for now, as long as this holds, I'm going to stay bullish on altcoins technically. And I think fundamentally now with Bitcoin near all-time highs, and also with some of the rallies and some of the volume that we've seen, I think that also very much speaks to the possibility and the likelihood of getting another move up for altcoins. Now, in the end, so short term, for me, that does mean that right now we're consolidating. I think it's quite likely that altcoins are going lower, right? Making one lower low right here into this main support level before finding a strong reaction, and from there also consolidating, but then eventually rallying up higher into at least the previous highs. And I'll keep you updated on that. I need to see the reaction we have to that support level. I need to see the reaction we have to this main resistance level right here. And then based on that, we can say, all right, well, we're going to continue up much higher. So into the same levels we were at, for example, at the end of November last year, but also January, February this year. Or that it's just one more move up and that we're going to drop down. That's difficult to say. Short term, though, I still think you should look for longs on altcoins. And your bias should be long. However, short term, I do think a pullback is necessary. But ultimately, higher time frames, structure-wise, I think altcoins are still bullish, and I still expect that move up. But I'll keep you updated on that, all right? And definitely, look, this is altcoins in general. There will be altcoins that are specifically bullish. If you take a look at Mudeng, for example, some of the new moves that had this week as well, that was when others was looking like this as well, right? So there's definitely opportunities on altcoins. Given the way that Bitcoin is looking, I would look for longs in general, regardless of the fact that I expect others to pull back here first. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. Relatively shorter video on altcoins right now, but hopefully I still covered everything I wanted to cover. I think I did. There's no real narrative that I wanted to speak about in this video. I mean, Ethereum had a chance this morning to break out and rally, but that looks more like a rejection right now. So unfortunate, but that is to be continued. That's it for now. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments, but better yet, join the Telegram or the Discord and ask me in there. There's much less bots. Be careful for impersonators though, but that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye.